When you lose your bearings, the brain instinctively tries to lock onto a fixed point. We pick a concrete destination to resolve the disorientation. We choose rigid milestones to find our way, securing a specific job title, buying a house, or moving to a different country. We treat these coordinates as proof that we are no longer lost. But some individuals reach these goals, repair the systems they find there, and immediately experience a surge of restlessness. The clarity they expected is replaced by an unexpected urge to leave. This happens because mature, orderly systems require a specific kind of management to survive. They run on repetitive maintenance, standardization, and scale. For a mind that thrives on solving the unknown, this level of rigid structure becomes a suffocating environment. If arriving at the destination triggers anxiety rather than relief, we must reconsider the target. Perhaps the destination was never the real objective. Selecting a life strategy based on static milestones often leads back to the same friction found in these industrial systems. It anchors you to a point that your own growth will eventually outpace. This is the cartographer's dilemma. Their energy is tied to the act of mapping unmapped territories of meaning. They are built to find the shape of a space, not to maintain the roads after the maps are printed. There is a sharp distinction between following a set of blueprints and recognizing a pattern before it fully materializes. One is execution, the other is a raw act of discovery. This requires trusting an internal signal before the outside world can prove it real. You're seeing the coherence of a shape while it's still buried in noise. The old map is gone, the new one unwritten. You're left drifting without external data points. This period of isolation is where the cartographer does their most vital work. It is the necessary space where the new pattern is allowed to stabilize. This internal state radically alters real-world choices. It explains why some people walk away from successful careers or established projects just as they scale. To an observer, this looks like aimless wandering. In reality, it is the disciplined pursuit of a nascent signal that the rest of the world hasn't recognized yet. Navigating this way requires a shift in perspective. We have to stop steering toward objects and start seeking landscapes. An object is something with a highly specific, rigid purpose, a job role or a physical building, or a fixed geographic border. Like this Fresnel lens, it is built to do one thing in one place. Many of the destinations we chase are actually temporary containers. They hold the qualities we need for a season, but they are not meant to be permanent stopping points. Navigating by landscapes means looking for a broader environment that guarantees a specific baseline of qualities. You aren't looking for a single building, you are looking for the right climate, seeking the right to depth, intellectual safety without being defensive, and space for sensitivity without weakness. Fulfillment comes from placing yourself in a landscape that supports your internal algorithm, rather than trying to fit yourself into the wrong object. This reframe changes how we view the symbol of the lighthouse. We often interpret it as a literal destination to be reached and possessed, but the lighthouse is a diagnostic tool. Its presence indicates that the correct environmental conditions, the rough water and the open landscape, are finally present. It is a feature of the environment, not the end of the journey. The journey is about securing a space for continuous becoming. It is about finding an environment that allows you to remain in motion rather than forcing a static halt. Autonomy in this context isn't a fight against the current or a rejection of all structure. It is a more precise form of alignment. True freedom is existing in a territory where you possess the uncoerced right to draw your own map. You are free to recognize a signal and move toward it on your own terms. The path leads to a quiet landscape where you can adjust to the wind and tide as they change, remaining the uncoerced author of your course.